Hello. One more to put out, or maybe not just one more. It depends, as I used to be able to spend a lot of time on the Melbourne archives site. I used to be able to stay on there till 5 a.m. when they shut down for just an hour, 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. But now they kick me off at midnight, and now they've kicked me off at 6 o'clock. So I ventured to South Australia as New South Wales is no good. You can't download hard copy, large files, and there's a lot of um, low resolution copies there. So I'm going to stay here on the South Australian site and the Melbourne site during the daylight hours. But I thought I'd bring up some Adelaide because who doesn't love Adelaide? And some of these pictures are classics, and they're taken by Sweet Samuel White, who also takes some pictures, which I don't think is real. It's just an alias. But he takes pictures up around Darwin, so we might be able to get a bit of an exploration around, see what Darwin looked like in Alice Springs. But enjoy these 100 odd pictures. Cheers. O'Connell Street, Adelaide, looking south with three horse-drawn trams. A mixed colonial and, well, terrace home, Stradbroke. This is Rundle Street, Adelaide. So is that where the walk is there? Now this is a Moorish building. I've got a good picture of that on my computer somewhere, but it's under the Melbourne section. Lang's Hotel, Beach Hotel, and the opening of Mount Lofty. Still looks like that today, that station. But look at all again in the background, all the dead trees from the fire that swept across Australia. Curry Street. There's a few well-to-do people living there. The old Take It Easy horse-drawn tram at Mitcham. And look at the hill. Water came racing down. Mountain Hut Hotel. I'm sure this is Government House. One of the many government houses they used. Now these are the ones I like. Engineering. Look at that engineering. Nice and easy. Get the job done, boys. Here's the bollocks and a wagon. Here's more of this style of construction where they just lay things out. It was for lighter steam locomotives back then. Well, they're pretty heavy. This is Port Adelaide. Looks busy, so busy. Look at the roofs on these buildings. It's like they're thatched, but made from a material, like a solid material, like a tile. And they're all from a distance. This is a great name. Buckboard buggy. Everyone's favoured, the GPO, with the clock installed in it, or just for the photo. This is more my style. This shepherd's hut. And there is someone in that window. Another interesting ceiling. Look at that. It's very oriental. Very Siam, Thailand. And this is a bell up a tree. Two kids sitting on a really big bottle. This is an interesting rotunda. Not like the one in Victoria that has the Indigenous hanging out in it, and then they rework preferred that. Look at those buildings. Something from the old world, something from Fight Club. Now these supports, I think they're old world, pre-flood. This style just seems to ring a bell in my head that that bridge survived. They cleaned it up. Look at the gates. Nice old Amesbury house. Jeffcott Street. Look at the stunning structures. Adelaide Children's Hospital. Children shouldn't break. Everyone's stacked on the tram. Everyone's got those power poles, don't they? The witchcraft. Now that's a classic. King William Street. Look at that building. Beautiful. The horses and the horse-drawn tram. And the Cowboy Street. Guy's got the ladder because he's going to do some cleaning. Pennington Terrace. So there was a lot of churches in Melbourne. There's Rundle Street. This is not a bad building. So everything's clean because there's no coal burning. There's just clean energy. And you think, it'd be dirty. This is looking back to Semaphore. So it must be looking back to Pier Hotel. Their style of residence. Here's Pier Hotel. Very Moorish. What's this? Victoria Square. Maybe that other image was Victoria Square, not Government House. This is Port Augusta, which is Tassie Street. Pitchy Ritchie Hamlet. Salter Hotel, Saltia. Look at the mountain range in the back, the Flinders. Playing trains. It's an old world building. Now look at this one. Superb. Here's the White Hart. Another electric light just sitting there. Oldley Street. The Carouse. These ones I like. Inside, look at that. I mean, they've white faced the pictures on the wall, but this is how our African brethren or black people or the change in style, but we can't seem to have the class. We're just failing everywhere. The places are falling apart. No one's preserving anything. Look at that place. Look how old that picture is, 1880. And it's probably looked like that since 1830 or longer. It's hard to say. There's all the taxis in the middle of the road. Rail bridge. I like the contrast in that picture, and this one comes up well. Building the tunnel and the bridge. Macclesfield. This is Mitcham. It's good to see they got a bungaree also. Here's another home. Here's the logistics. 6 horsepower. More horsepower. Old Worldly Bridge. That's a nice little stone cottage. Stone home. Stone home free. Moorcroft. Burnside. Moorcroft. Moorcraft. Moorcraft. Moorcroft. Moorcraft. Glen Osmond. Where is he? Look at that bridge. Beautiful. City Bridge, King William Road. Victoria Square. Very elegant. I can't say that. Streff Albion. It's down the pier or the wharf. Now this is a swing bridge, so it swings out for the canal. Carriage and pair of white horses. Now these definitely been white faced, sorry to say. They should have much more melanin in their skin. And is that, I can't work that out. That the gods? That's cool, but it looks like it's been sketched a bit. But it is pretty cool. There's the power lines that don't exist because the electricity is coming from Trick City, Flinders Street. Church, church, church. Here's the station. Oh, typo. There's another strange roofed building. Try and get my gardens in grey. Still, it looks lovely. North Terrace. This is a much better picture of the hospital. Look at that roof. I wonder what were they for? Just something to do with your time? Become a stonemason, Dad? Build these gorgeous buildings. Look at that. Look at how clean everything is because we're not burning coal, we're not polluting the air. It's incredible how filthy the air is. Look at that. Public library, museum, and art gallery. All for nobody. Because they're all too busy playing with steam locomotives. Like, it'd be nice to see someone building these things. Oh, here comes. Freight train's coming back the other way now. 6 horsepower. That's beautiful. Now, these exhibitions, for whom these are what the old world people show their works in. Like, you'll have a singer sewing machine section or a bicycle section, and they'll just show what their latest inventions are, just to promote yourself, to have some pride and show off what skills you've got. And they add these Australian flags and all these flags into it, the photographers, to make it look like it's a section of South Australia or a section of Victoria or a section from the colonies, where it's really just the individual business names of the gentlemen that own that name promoting their wares with simple people like me that would probably be working. Look at that. I don't know if I'd be doing stone masonry, but I wouldn't mind building some steam locomotives. Tandem instantaneous. Beautiful bridge. These single arches. Entrance to the botanical gardens. So look at how established it is. And I believe the indigenous from the area are the ones that plant the trees because everyone else is working. The women are busy doing their thing. The men are building steam locomotives. The men are building railway lines. The men are keeping their shops clean. They're keeping their world clean. So the indigenous would come along and garden and then just go and get back to the spirit world. Temple Bar is a big building. So I'd like to know how they do the glass. And here it is, Teatro Royale. There's always a Teatro Royale somewhere. Corn Railway Station. Look, there's new ballast in there. It looks very well maintained. Another old bridge. Look, you can see where all the flooding's gone down there. Ah, the churches. Christchurch. Anglican Church. Now, I don't know where this building is. I tried to find it. I'm just saying it could be Jeffcott Street. Same here. This is a classic little picture. Look at that. All illustrated. Hmm. Government residence and government house. So that was that, Adelaide. So next, I'll probably put up some more controversial stuff, like stuff from the CIA in Melbourne. I've got some classic pictures of Melbourne, some old worldly pictures from the, well, you could say the 1890s or up to the 1930s. I don't think there's anyone on the streets, so the pictures from the airborne pictures have to come from the 1880s, 1890s, because it's everyone's in curfew. Yet there was never really anyone here to start with when they exodused everyone and curfewed everyone. But yeah, I've got those out now. I've got 4 videos out, do controversial stuff and stuff I enjoy doing, which is just looking at old pictures and trying to enhance them and make them really presentable for people to enjoy. So thanks again. Bye.